This is the Stanley Cup Playoffs on EA Sports. Son of Beast and Terry Cruz here. This is the postseason of the NHL 25. Hey everybody, I'm Son of Beast and I'm Terry Cruz. This is Game 2 of the Eastern Conference Finals on EA Sports. We hope you enjoyed this one, part of our last game, but now this is the day that we are starting off game number 2, as we are ready for a rematch between Florida Panthers and the Washington Capitals. To this point, Florida has won their first game. There was no different range how they were able to do for, but only one team that might be able to do the next one might be Florida. If they could win 2 games in a row over Washington Capitals and then send on a road trip back to Sunrise, Florida for games 3 and 4 the other way. But there's a question. Can the Capitals tie the series? Or will Florida Panthers end up with the first road trip game with a 2-0 nothing? And now for my next broadcast partner, I give a warm welcome over is Boomer, and he's also along with the other one with Test Tube. And the first commentary of the crew, give a huge warm welcome, as I will now have it increase to Cool Beats. And in center ice, I have one of our one last thing, as Wood Spoonie will be standing by for the center ice of the Capitals and Florida Panthers. Now it's game 2 time. 1-0 is the series for Florida. Will they do it again? Find out where the game starts. Panthers, Capitals, next on EA Sports. See you all later, everybody, for the intermissions and a post-game show. Let's roll. It's Game 2 in Capital One Arena as a rematch against the Florida Panthers. I'm Boomer and I'm here with my broadcast partner with Test Tube and Cool Beats. It's about to go things down. Game 2 approaching now as they're ready for the puck drop. Puck is up and we are underway, starting for Game 2 at Capital One Arena. Good, so glad you could join us here for our Eastern Conference Finals. Let's see how they will handle in the second game. Here the starting blitz right now, as the starting goaltenders is in the range between Logan Thompson and Sergei Bobrovsky. Ekblad will now give it over to Forsley as he'll send it over to Verhage. Verhage shoots, big save by Logan Thompson. Aaron Ekblad will kick things over. This one gives to Alex Ovechkin and Dylan Strome. They'll start the other way. Here's a stop for Dylan Strome. He'll set to Alex Ovechkin. The big shot save made by Sergei Bobrovsky. Picnic down here. On the block, locked up by Aaron Ekblad, and this one catches him with the rebound. Big save by Sergei Bobrovsky. And Aaron Ekblad will clear it out, not finding Bobrovsky. Over to Barkov and Reinhardt on the other way. This was really like how they would do that if they were trying to keep that out. There's no way that they could definitely just do possible for Alexander Barkov. He really has to try to give another use of the angle. Knocked him over right toward the wall. Reinhardt starts in with a shot. This one's saved up by Logan Thompson. Here's Jacob Chick's run. He will send it over to Tom Wilson. Wilson backs over again, Alex Ovechkin. Alex Ovechkin breaks it away. As it releases to Carlson. Carlson dishes over to Strome, saved by Bobrovsky. He'll stop in with only 18:36 remaining in the first period. A lot of great timing opportunities here as the first one starts off with no score in the game. And Sam Bennett wins the face-off. He'll give it to Kulikov. Kulikov passes over to Nikolai. Here's to Brown with the shot. Racing a Benning. There's a rebound chance saved by Bobrovsky. 18:26 remaining to start off the first period until holdings up to get ready for another puck shot. Now it's the win. Here's Carlson. Big blocker save by Sergei Bobrovsky. He was really showing off a lot, but I don't think with some big forcemen, this is only the one change that they have to do for Capitals really had worked it off hard. It's been like a combination to log it off with a total hit and score. There's no obligation. I've never seen anything like this, but this is why what they really have to do for is to play some goals the right timing. Nobody wanted that, so there's nothing to worry about it. Here's the start for Kachuk as he'll have the roll again at Kulikov. Nicholas in the bench, and coming back on ice will be Tommy Nosek. On the other side, Luciardi gets to Bolinski as he'll start things off here as Lindell. He sticks it over to Luciardi. Here's back to Kachuk, trying to look for 12. He looks to Bolinski. Bolinski fires a big save by Logan Thompson. The holding save of under nearing the 17:30 mark in the first period. Now as they're settled in, ready for another puck drop. And it was a no score in the game in the Capitals territory. The win for the Capitals as he now has it to Chick run, and right over sending the other way will be Bortles. Bortles the other way, Schmidt gets it back now finding Bolinski. Sends it over to Bolis. Just the Bolis back there in the way, has it to Lundell. Lundell shoots, save by Thompson. Thompson stops that puck with only 17-19 remaining in the first period. Now they're ready to get things on for another puck drop. Washington and Florida, no goal. First facing in for Tommy Nosek, and that's Bolinski. Bolinski fires it, goes for a redirection wide, and this goes right over to Strode, and AJ Brewer has it back. Here's Tommy Nosek. Nosek has to get Bolinski. He gets to Schmidt. Schmidt gets to Brewer. Brewer fires it. Back save by Strode. That's off on Logan Thompson. That one was really good to take on for Logan Thompson. That is what happens when you can see what the goal range. It's not a big range when you just need to start off quickly. Tom Wilson's really having a great range to have that one banking out. Florida back in the zone in the Washington territory. He'll send it around net to Tommy Nosek. He'll send it over to Schmidt. Schmidt finds Verhage with the spin round. Shot blocked by Van Riestad. Rasmus Sandin the other way. Goes right toward the board and rebound by Schmidt. He'll send it over to Reinhardt. And it's now Verhage with the puck. Rolls right in the center. Now it's rebounded by Sandin. Schmidt loading it up. Verona moves around. Block made by Barkov on a unit. Oh, a big hit, another one. This one rolls it in. And saved by Bobrovsky. Almost went in. And it's now back to Schmidt. Schmidt's kind of like okay afterward. I felt like he was going to be like already been like knocked down. It's a big one, take off, and he couldn't just do things. I'm not sure if he's going to like keep it in. He scores! Lawrence Miller will score the first goal in chaos. And that'll be the first one to get the first goal. Lawrence Miller, a one-chance hit. That's his first goal in the playoffs. Next chance to be good for as Lars Ellis has a great change of the goal. He really has that with a nice look of the puck. And you see for Ellis, that's when he just looks in. But there's some big range. That's why that Lars Eller has made the first goal easier to change it in. I know it's not really an easy way to change out to, but Ellis made that one the first goal to get a good thing. And as all now being said, it is a first goal to start in as we're nearing the 15-minute mark, as it's now 15:50 remaining in the first period. Here's for Heberly. For Heberly pass to Reddy. Reddy a shot. Glove saved by Bobrovsky. Aaron Ekblad will roll it again. Now find to Forsling. And Forsling will kick it over to Rodriguez. Rodriguez pass broken up. Heberly knocked it out. Aaron Ekblad with the rebound again to Forsling. Forsling. He passes over to Kachuk. Kachuk spins across. Wipes him out. Forsling sets to Rodriguez. Rodriguez sets a pass to Aaron Ekblad. Ekblad shot. That's blocked off his teammate and rebound by Gord. Jacob Verona makes out back to better again to Forsling. Forsling the other way on the net. Rebound by Rodriguez. He'll send it to Ekblad again to Rodriguez. Lundell shot, let's see by Thompson. Now it's back to Forevery with passing the front.
Assisted by number 13, Jacob Verona.
Here's Aaron Ekblad. We'll see swing over again to Lundell. Lundell reaches in, and a big one takes in. It's back to Kodas. No penalty in Florida.
Lawrence Eller, his first goal and the playoffs' first goal of the game, assisted by Jacob Verona and Martin Pegorari for the Washington Caps at 4:08 in the first period of the conference finals.
And they really have been like left out. There's nobody to give it an open room percentage. They've just been left in trying to like knock somebody over. I felt like this would be almost impossible. Nobody would care for that. This is like almost going to be a dangerous hazard if you're going to be able to bring it back again. That almost would not be good. Great chain off at the start for the Panthers. They just really need to keep on blocking it again. Yeah, the rebound by the Capitals. Here's McMichael. Right over to Dubois. Dubois sets to Carlson. Carlson fires it. Saved by Bobrovsky. He rolls it off. Here's another one to Jake Gunn. Jake Gunn looks to Carlson. Carlson looks to Brodas. Brodas shots blocked by Kulikov. Domas Nosek right toward wing. He'll fire that one around net. Kulikov back on ice is Skakovic. Brodas takes over to Strome. Strome the other way. And he looks over to Carlson. Carlson shot knocked away. Matthew Tkachuk will now send a pass over to Greer. Greer passes to Skakovic. Fires it. What a save by Thompson. 13:29 remaining as he stops that one underneath the pad. This is a science method. As you're looking over to Logan Thompson, this is what happens with this pad. That was right underneath, but he squeezes. That's a wonderful, marvelous save, and you're looking at it afterward. When you have nowhere to go, you just need to cover it up on your own. Lots of time opportunity left to play in the first period. We're nearing down we are under 13:30, and Barkov is now able to handle it off with the defense. Then we set over to Wilson. Wilson can't get it over it, and it's forcing right over the other way. That's the pass to Verhaeghe. Verhaeghe can't get it to go with rebound by Ovechkin. Alex Ovechkin passes to Wilson. Alexander Barkov descends. Tries to give it over the shot. Diving play by Bobrovsky. 13:04 remaining in the first period as they'll hold things out for the next puck drop. Now as they're ready to battle on for another puck drop, the effort's looking for one. Barkov trying to get a winning face-off over Strome. As he wins that win, it's back to Aaron Ekblad. Barkov sets it over to Brian Hart. Back to Barkov. Around the net will be Verhaeghe. It's back to Barkov. Looks to Aaron Ekblad and finds Belinsky. Belinsky shoots, save by Thompson. Thompson will slow things down and we'll have another puck drop ready. Capitals with a 1-point advantage over Florida. It's a 1-0 lead. And now the win for the Capitals. Here's Van Riesa. He'll send it over again the other way. Another big hit for the Cats. And Japane rolled him with a punch down near the wall. They would never seem like that, and this is why that nobody cannot have a nice day. And this is definitely, we can have nice days like that. Not always. We just set the Belinsky's finding to Nate Schmidt. Nate Schmidt. Hughes Barbecues covers the shot. It's blocked by Van Riesa. Barbecues. Hughes Schmidt. Schmidt shoots. Off a deflection. Rebounded by Bennett. For the Panthers back in the full pressure zone. Full pressure zone. Schmidt. Schmidt looks at Belinsky's. Belinsky shoots and hits the goalpost. That one stays outside. Van Riesa gives it over to Verhaeghe with only 12 minutes remaining in the first period. Schmidt rocked him down. Rebounded by the Capitals. And he will have that one to clear it out. Back in the zone. And no icing. That will keep the Florida Panthers alive in their zone. The out to Aaron Ekblad. Again to Greer. Greer pass to Gegovic. Rebound by Greer. Greer for a loose puck in the chain. And there will be a delay penalty that will start for the Washington Capitals. That will be a hooking call as Lars Ellers in the penalty box.
Penalty on Washington. Number 20 for hooking.
This is why he had the same problem with this one. The instant he was doing for, he was hooked on Belinsky's and he was right over it. You're not going to make it successful if you get the first
penalty kill.
Good major callings for as the Panthers, but for Capitals, they've done one mistake. They can't get that hooking after it. Power play started in for Florida Panthers with only 11:31 remaining in the first. They really have to do for some
penalty on Washington Capitals, number 22 minutes for hooking on Lars Eller. Top of the penalty in the first period, 11 minutes, 46 seconds. That's penalty on the Washington Capitals on number 20, Lars Eller. Top of the penalty in the first period of the conference finals, 11 minutes, 46 seconds for a 2-minute hooking.
Good to stop made by Logan Thompson. Will rebound again. Matthew Tkachuk and Verhaeghe. Barkov will reset it again to Verhaeghe. Looks to Ryan Reinhardt. He finds it to Verhaeghe. Finds it over. Right into the middle of the Reinhardt. This one is rolled in. Rebound by Reinhardt. And Strome will clear that zone out. Keeps it alive by Barkov. Back to Verhaeghe. Uses a set. Reinhardt fires it. Glove save by Thompson. They'll hold it up with only 10:48 remaining in the first period to get ready for another puck drop. Now sending it on over to center ice, I will have is Wood Spoonie. for Alexander Barkov. Barkov is really one of the best players in the Florida Panthers unit. There was one change that he had done for after playing for Finland. The one thing that he done for was a great take on with some yoink abilities. The big setup for the Florida Panthers, he really has shown it off. And I've been talking to Paul Murray, so he's been really like, well, he's really doing okay though. But you'll see what he can have to do. What his next goal is to have that race back an option. This ability is a big train on, and he's been like struggling afterwards from every game that he's been ever facing. Like Sidney Crosby, Alex Ovechkin, and it's a great way to show it off, so he's looking to see what he can get. Here's McMichael on his way down, short-handed the goal. It moves, stop by Bobrovsky. 32 seconds left for the Florida Panthers power play, and we're nearing the midway mark in first. He was almost there. He almost would have had it with the goal, and that would have been just that to get a 2-1-0 with the short-handed goal. Barkov wins the face-off. He now has it over to Reinhardt. Reinhardt to Matthew Tkachuk. Tkachuk lost the puck. It's rebounded by Matthew Tkachuk. Roll up with a big hit by Forevery. Carlson now finds down. Down. Passes to Forevery. Another stop here. Matthew Tkachuk rolling in. 10 seconds left. Tkachuk with the Schneider shot. Save on the play. Last chance. Barkov fires. Stop by Thompson. Just 3 seconds to shoot, and they'll need some time after to get the next goal in. Well, this is only it. I mean, if they don't get a capitalizing power play goal, then their power play will be over for Florida. And the win. Here's a shot glove save, and I'll end the power play for the Florida Panthers. 0-1. Well, this is what happens with Florida territory. They get easily capitalized afterwards, but they should have just done was, they should just get a pass off, just like the last play you give over to Barkov right near the goaltender, and it was just near increasement. I don't know how you have to do this, but you just need some time opting. It's like Barkov really needs to do some exchange here. Man, would that be right? I would say so, if there is. Here's Verhage the other way. Verhage passed to Aaron Ekblad on a shot block, redirected back to Barkov. Barkov passes it over to Forsling and get a Bovis. Ekblad shot, pat saved by Logan Thompson. Waits back to Leon Strome the other way. Give over to Alex Ovechkin on a shot save by Bobrovsky. Bovis rolls it in, a pass to Lindell. He looks to Luosterainen and then give over to Aaron Ekblad. Ekblad passes to Bovis. Forsling, Luosterainen shoots. Off the blocker again by Logan Thompson. And Alex Ovechkin will make his change off right toward corner. Knocked him right toward the wall. Forsling gets it over to Lindell. And he's right over to Kolikov. The Panthers are back in the offense in the Washington territory. Bovis can't get the open look. Give off to Nikolov, and he'll send to Luosterainen. Luosterainen back to Bovis. Needs some regroups here. Back to Luosterainen. A pass to Nikolov. Nikolov finds it over to Bovis. They still need some change optimally. Timing waits things down as Bovis keeps moving again to Nikolov. Nikolov finds Bovis. Bovis flicks over. Now finding Luosterainen. Here's one timer. Bovis shot goes right into the net, and he also carries it out by Logan Thompson. Carlson gets knocked down. Rebounded by Radius. And it's now back to the Caps. Back in the Capitals territory. Here's Carlson. Stuck to Tom Wilson the other way. 7:40 remaining in the first period. He'll handle it over right in the center. Eller over right to Wilson. Shot saved by Bobrovsky. Nikolov behind the back. Rebound by Kolikov. And it's now Wolves to Greer. Greer's been like impressive afterwards. And you see Sergei Bobrovsky. It's a big thing when you have to do for it. Thompson stops that puck. Right near the goal net will be Carlson. Oh, he rocked him down with a big hit and broken the stick. Oh, Thomas Nosek is replacing a new one. No big change. There's not a big deal afterwards, but this one was a shame for Thomas Nosek. He's got to replace his new hockey stick to get right into work. Radish pass to Eller. Eller shoots, blocked by Schmidt. And it now goes to Bennett. Good broken up the play here for the Capitals, as it's now back to Ben Restad. Ben Restad rolls it again. Now it's back to Chip on again with Michael. Here's Brooks. The pass over to Ben Restad. Ben Restad shot. Easy save by Bobrovsky. That blocked the shot. Cruz right over the other way. Trying to send it back to Sandin. Sandin McMichael save by Bobrovsky. 6:31 remaining in the first period. They'll get ready for another puck drop in near the 6:30 mark. All right, let's send it over to the Capitals as I now got Tom Wilson. Tom Wilson is one of our amazing skill performers, and he's the alternative captain for the Washington Capitals. I had a lot of great range to see things in, and this one was a big on the side seeing, and for some, a lot of great reasons for Tom Wilson. He's been showing his true lines of skitter, and he's really keeping an eye on from pride. I know what he does for it. When he does get his great use, it's a great effort on an energy skill. And they have shown it off with some better reasons in for the bigger team on the better, and they really have been working it off for some better reasons for Tom Wilson. His true lines of great hitter has been the better one for the night. You'll have to see and if he can smash on that to get the puck returning, and now it's a big hit. It's never going to be easy enough for the Capitals. Back to you. Worsley in the middle. Dubois takes it over, and now he has it to Cruz. Here's McMichael. A pass over to Dubois. Dubois shot saved by Bobrovsky. Another hit for the Panthers. And Worsley goes down. That's blocked the shot by Aaron Ekblad. He's back to Bovis. He now will seduce the rain to Aaron Ekblad. Fires it deep. Glove save by Thompson. 5:20 left to remain in the first period as they'll be ready to stock up with another rebound in time. Another puck drop ready to go. Washington 1-0 over Florida. Now to win for the Capitals, and you'll send it over to Roy. Roy again to Mangiapane. Mangiapane gets right there over again, and Nikolai has it to Kulikov. They'll send it over to Jesper Bovis. Jesper Bovis looks to Lustrowena. And they go offside. That will be on the Cats with 5:07 remaining in the first period. Lots of time left to play in this period. It is still a 1-0 game. They're on a 5-minute mark in the first. And the win will be Roy. Roy sets to Mangiapane. Mangiapane. Give across the dial. That shot, Pat save, and the inbound, and this one stopped by Bobrovsky. What a great save in for the team. He never really wanted to show anything. That's really how this one matches it up. And I couldn't say that this would be Matthew Tkachuk to try to hold things out by Bobrovsky. He really was showing off the right leg. 87/83 passing effectiveness, and they're losing a lot of effort and mobility. They need to keep this thing moving the other way. Now Strome wins the faceoff. He goes over to the board, and Wilson the other way. Wilson passes off to Strome. Strome now in for the loose puck. Given their quarters here as Nikolai will have it. And he's right over to Bennett. Bennett moves around with a shot. What a save by Logan Thompson. Oh, he really would have to do that. I would never do. If this breakaway chain would almost be impossible, this score range could almost be a wipe down. Offside on Florida. 4:16 remaining in the first period. They'll have another pack drop ready in the New England Capitals territory. Strome wins the faceoff, and Sandin right the other way. Passes to Strome. Strome shoots, saved by Bobrovsky. And deep passing zone, no offside in the Capitals. Fires it, blocked a shot by Greer. And he misses off the target, and Bobrovsky is going to hold it with only 4 minutes remaining in the first. A lot of time left in the period, 4 minutes remaining in the first period. Now the win, here's Schmidt. On to the other way down, over again to Gakovic. Gakovic can't get it over this time as Van Riestad has to be the other way. He looks to Eller. Eller trying to work it off. Gets back to Schmidt. Schmidt takes over. Rebound by Greer. Greer pulls that pass to Gakovic. And here's Greer. Greer pulls in the nose, that shot blocked. Jacob Verona the other way. He'll fire that one out. Now he's just set to Eller. He looks at Jacob Verona, and it's back to Frederick Verhage. Verhage sets to Barkov. Barkov Pulls it in. Glove save by Thompson. He would just have that. I thought this would be a tricky zone, would be just a slip in the feet, and he would have that right choice. Both teams have only 23 shots on goal this point. It's not higher range or lower range, but it's just right. Wow wins the faceoff. Here's another one to Carlson. Carlson. Jordan Wayne tried to look over now again to McMichael. McMichael setting it over with the big shot. Great stretch down by Barkov. He'll try to reset it across. And he'll set to Carlson. Carlson shoots for the rebound again and he scores! Here, Lucas Wow. Rolling in with the ball range. He couldn't get the Rocky on the goal. He was saved. And he had another goal for Here, Lucas Wow. That's number 6. Look at this now happen. Bobrovsky should have gone now, but this is the big problem. He was concerning on him, he was right over it, and he just did not have that back. It's not possible when you're doing this the harder way, but no chance is real. They don't seem to care for often with this zone taking the first goal in the Eastern Conference for game 2. That's why that really rough. So here's the win for Carlson. Carlson will swing the pass to Burtis. Burtis looks over to McMichael. And this one will kick out of the zone by Barkov, and Carlson will have it back. Almost right to the goal. And rebound by Ryan Hardy will now swing it again to Barkov. Barkov. Pass to Nikolov. The outside range has it again to Kolikov. Kolikov with the big shot. Intake. It's back to Carter Higgy the other way. It's set to Reinhardt, closing Royer range. Big stop by Thompson. Reinhardt the other way, and the pass over to Forsley. Forsley set to the lead. It's back to Forsley.
Assisted by number 74, John Carlson.
This time,
and by number 24, Connor McMichael. Top of the goal for the Western Capitals, 17 minutes, 5 seconds in the first period. Here, look at Wow, his first goal in the game. 6th goal in the playoffs, assisted by John Carlson and Connor McMichael for the Western Caps at 17:05 in the first period of the conference finals.
Roy pass to Ovechkin. Ovechkin chip run. He gets run up with a shot glove save by Bobrovsky. And it's back to Forsley. Over now playing and get the back. Here's the set. Tom Wilson in motion. And it's big stop made by Bobrovsky. Aaron Ekblad having a little bit of difficulty out there. And this could be Florida Panthers if they wanted to try to get their own chance to get that unleashed and goal. Nobody wants that. It's definitely like the Cats. They really have to get out of the zone. If it's near the crease and you're not going to play it successful enough, you just need a stronger defense. Here's Luskarainen the other way. Back to the Caps territory. And pass is broken up. Alex Ovechkin gives to Roy. And Wilson the other way. Good poke by Aaron Ekblad. Lundell carries out. Final minute of the first period as he'll have it off.
Just 1 minute
remaining. Hit down below. Rebound by Ben Bristad. And he'll have it again at Jacob Verana. Here's another one to Radius. Tries to get off the zone. And it's back to Lundell and rolls it over. Now finding the Luskarainen. He has it to Bovis. Bovis gives to Belinsky. Belinsky's shot. Trying to pull the rebound in. This one is saved up by Thompson. Reddish the other way. 30 seconds remaining in the first period. Reddish loses one. Rebound by Gekovich. Goes over to Belinsky's. Here's Belinsky's. The pass over to Greer. Greer pass to Schmidt. Schmidt carries to Belinsky. He'll fire it. Another save by Logan Thompson. And behind the back is Gekovich. 10 seconds remaining in the first period. Schmidt shot, fire, releasing save by Thompson with 7.4 seconds remaining in the first period. This one was really like how close it gets. You would never miss goal like that. I mean, they would have to prove it, but they just need to get that own goal back for the Capitals. They would really been like working it out. Sometimes you just don't win, sometimes you do. Mangiapane, and that one sticks it up, and we end the first period.
And that's the end of the first period. Your first intermission
we'll
score.
Ready for the second period when we come back after the break. You're watching the Eastern Conference Finals of the Stanley Cup Playoffs on EA Sports. Be back after this. Hey folks, welcome to the first intermission of the Eastern Conference Finals of game number 2 of the Stanley Cup Playoffs of NHL. We've got a great status here as this one is a good close on the range effort, as both guys have already made that one equalizing the range. 27-26 was Washington Capitals. They had the lead up with the shot. And then it was 33 hits on both teams as they were all even in. 142 underneath and 420 for the Florida Panthers. 88-83 was the Washington Capitals. 15-8 for the Washington Capitals in the faceoff wins. There was only 2-minute penalty kill for Washington and no power play goals with only 2 minutes on the power play game. And now I have this one to say for now. Let's see what your status are in as I welcome in with the third commentary in the pregame show, Me for 11. He's back with us again. And now let's have your takes in here for Me for 11 about the Washington Capitals. They've been on a rolling start. What is your take in? Well, they just got a lot of great use. Energizing skills can be challenging. And I would say this won't be the powering positions as they've really kept it on from playing harder and harder. No chance that they could do. I could just really say is that there's nobody to have that one to give in with some better one half. And I say this is a big hard play that they're doing for. I would never see how this would go. And now about you, Sonny Goose, for Florida. You know, Florida's been already been deep training, and he's really giving it all what he can do for him. I mean, Florida really has to show it off, and they just need to find a way to get right into it. The first period is not their start, but it looks like the second period might need to be in here to get that one a tie in a bigger range. It was not really easy how they were changing it off. The bigger difference was not impossible. They were really been staggered out. That one was not a big change that they were really due for. They just really need to keep on scoring things out of the way to have that good range. And now let's have a take and see who do you think will lead in the second period of the game. What is your take here, fellas? Well, Florida Panthers, I don't know about that. I'm going to say Washington with only 3-2, and it's going to be all right. I mean, we'll see how this can happen. And I think that the Florida Panthers might be left behind. And I'm just going to say Florida Panthers, they've been really walking it out. But it looks like a defender effort. I think where they needed somebody else to get over it. Okay, guys. Thank you so much. Now let's head back to Capital One Arena. Period 2 starts now. We'll see you all later for the second intermission. Guys, back to you. And we are back with us, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the second period, and we're all ready to go. Puck is dropping almost ice is refreshing, and we are back underway for period number 2. Alright, before standing is in, as this first period comes to the end, let's have your recap and see what's going on, guys. Well, Florida's been not starting off. I think their first period was we did okay. I mean, we did a lot of defense effort. Barkov's team's been really he's not sure how he can handle things out. And I don't know how he will do, because this is really untouchable. Capitals been really getting 2 goals on the start. This is not how they arranged in, but they have to do something else to try to keep things in. They got to make sure they keep moving along back the other way. Yeah, I've got a pretty recent saying about this one. This is what happens. They don't really start off with a great kill-off. They really have been left off for some reasons. I think this needs to be a change-out clear to give that one a better look. And they will forget about the fighting initiative. And Barkov is depressed already. I thought he wanted to take his action to have his fight initiated, but he did not want to do it. Well, he's really not getting along that really well. So yeah, that's pretty bad news for them. They need somebody else to get that one out of the way. Rebound by Forsling. And he sets it for Davies. He now looks at Alexander Barkov. Chick run will have it again to Wilson. Wilson has it over to Dubois. And that one is blocked up. Forsling will handle it over to Barkov. Rolling back out outside will be Evan Rodriguez. Kachuk sets the Rodriguez shot. And it's blocked. What a great defense effort for the Capitals. Yeah, I would never feel like that. I mean, this would have been just almost impossible to get out of the way. Barkov will take a seat from here after the puck rolls out of the zone. And this one will close it out. Rodriguez will take it over, and now it's back the other way. Will be Barkov again, and send it over is Matthew Kachuk. Matthew is right toward the corner. Can't look at open range as he gets knocked over by the Capitals defender. And it's now rolls to McMichael. McMichael sends the other way. And that one chops it up. That one is made up. Rolls over to Boves, trying to keep it out of his zone. And now here's Mikkola. He'll send it over again to Luskerainen. Here's Luskerainen, right toward his zone. And the backhander shot saved by Thompson. 17:33 remaining in the second as we look at the last fighting. One last one. Well, Carter Verhaeghe, he just did feel like he was a little shooken up already, but he looks like he was bounced over by Alex Ovechkin. And this is pretty bad news for the Florida Panthers. Looks like the Carter Verhaeghe, you'll have to be out of here. Carter Verhaeghe trying to fight back in for the second period. And it's now a 2-0 game. He's pretty alright. I mean, I don't know how he can handle it, but it looks like this is a harder team to get up to. He's got to look another way to get off to a nicer reply. Verona toward the wing. Now he motion, he scores! Lars Eller with 2 goals in the game and now has 2 in the playoffs. This is a 3-0 lead. It seemed like that Lars Eller would do, and he just really has 2 goals in the playoffs. He's done 1, and now he has 2. If he gets 3, this would be a shocking surprise to start off with Lars Eller. You see the competition right over here, you look in the middle, and this is the big look open gap. That is a big goal for the Capitals as they really have to sell him out, and that's another goal for the Capitals with a 3-0 lead over Florida. And now it's Florida, they've got to start something in there in the second period. Yeah, pretty sure. I mean, everybody's going to start complaining about that. We do not like the Florida Panthers at all. I think this would be like the day that we are really rolling it for. It might be happening. I don't know when it will be, but it will have to play back harder. Boves pass to Gagovich. Gagovich kicks it out, and it's now back to Valinsky's. You'll send it over to Gagovich again to Schmidt. Schmidt shoots. Hey, rebound take, he scores! Aiton Lundo put back in. It is now they're on the board. A 3-1 game start. Well, I gotta say, Aiton Lundell, he had that great rebounding in, and there was an open look. He got a good dish back, and this really is making a great use. When Schmidt made that save, this is what happens with Lundell. He got a great goal to add a good start. Now as they're preparing for our next puck drop, Panthers are on the board 3-1. Well, I never know about Tommy Nosek and Asavek Lundell. He would have to try another way to get through it. I wouldn't catch that if that was going to be a great taking rebound. He was sure that he was getting a little bit wound up already, but I feel like, well, I've got a great feeling for it. The big kick out is a bit relaxing, but sometimes they just have to keep on playing again. Another win for Lars Eller on the shot. Try to redirection to go for 3 goals in the game. And that one kicks out. Schmidt outside his zone. And right over to Breer went too far.
Assisted by number 13,
Breer, and here's Mikkola.
by number 57, Trevor Van Riestad.
Will have to reset
Second goal for the Western Capitals in the second period, 2 minutes, 46 seconds.
And now
that's Lars Eller's his second goal in the game. Second goal in the playoffs, assisted by Jacob Verana. And Trevor Van Riestad for the Western Capitals at 2:46 in the second period of the conference finals.
Capitals really love that. And a save by Thompson. Stop the play. Only 16:08 remaining in the second. Man, I was noticing how this would be like this. And Mikkola, he was like, bang. That was already been like pulling it out of the way. And I wouldn't feel like John Carlson would love to see this another move. I feel like Florida, no way. Sam Bennett wins the faceoff. Here's Kolokov. Shots blocked by Ovechkin. Alex Ovechkin is right in the wing. And he'll try to battle it for the loose puck. He'll send it over to Alex Ovechkin. Kolokov takes over. And he will kick it out of the zone, but this one takes an offside for the Florida Panthers. In a neutral zone with 15:43 remaining. Now to win, we just hit the Aaron Ekblad again.
Florida goal, his 7th goal in playoffs, first goal of the game in Game 2, scored by number 15, Aiden Lundell. Was assisted by number 88, Nate Schmidt, and by number 12, Jonah Gakovic. Top of the goal for the Florida Panthers goal, 3 minutes and 1 second in the second period. Aiden Lundell's first goal of the game, 7th in the playoffs, assisted by Schmidt and Gakovic for Florida at 3:01 in the second period of the conference finals.
Bennett wins the face-off as Aaron Ekblad sets the Kachuk. Kachuk looks to Forsling. Forsling looks to Aaron Ekblad, again to Bennett. Bennett, back to Aaron Ekblad. Losing it around the net, again to Kachuk. Kachuk. Try to roll it back again. Kachuk. Bennett fires it. Rebound by Forsling. Forsling looks over to Sam Bennett and he gets to Kachuk. Trying to get to Rodriguez. Rodriguez passes off, broken up by Martin Forever. Rodriguez rolls it out of the way, and Forsling is out on the outside. Sends to Bennett. Bennett! Giving to Matthew Kachuk on the shot. Saved by Thompson. Under 15 minutes remaining in the second period. They'll be rolling in with another puck drop ready to go. We haven't made it to the midway marketing period. It is a 3-1 game. Alexander Barkov wins the face-off. He has it again to Balinskis. Balinskis looks to Smith. He'll send it over to Reinhardt. Reinhardt needs some regrouping here. Balinskis. Barkov right to a corner. He'll send it to Balinskis again to Reinhardt. Reinhardt looks to Smith. Here's a set group. Give it over with a shot. It has been kicked out. Barkov trying to stop on that. And he rebounds it. Finds Balinskis. Looks to Reinhardt. Reinhardt looks at Barkov. Barkov pulls in. He scores! It's now back to a 1-point possession. Alexander Barkov. He rolls up with 8 goals in the playoffs. Now, there is no joke about Alexander Barkov. He rolled that one in here, and this is the cut ranging that you get that one look. And take the tape gets to Reinhardt. That's where it comes in. It's back to Barkov on the outside of it, and then the captain was looking to get a range in there. It was right in front of the net, and it was off the pad. There was no question about Barkov. He really would have to get 2 more of it to keep moving in. This is a big goal concentration for Alexander Barkov to roll it in. It's now a close game, but looks like we haven't passed the midway mark yet. There's a lot of time left for the Florida Panthers. They really got to try to do something else. Uses something McMichael. McMichael rolls out of the way. Sam Reinhardt the other way. And now finds it to Schmid. Schmid looks over to Verhage. Barkov waiting patiently, trying to go for 2 goals in the game. And he looks like he really wanted to show it off. Alexander
Florida goal,
Barkov.
his 8th goal in the playoffs, first goal of the game, scored by number 16, Alexander Barkov. Assisted by number 13, Sam Reinhardt. And by number 26, Ubis Balinskis. Top of the goal for the Florida Panthers, 5 minutes, 46 seconds in the second period. That's Alexander Barkov, his 8th goal in the playoffs, first goal of the game, assisted by Reinhardt and Balinskis for Florida at 5:46 in the second period of the conference finals.
Yeah, he's hoping he's shooting it up at this point. Looks like the Verhage will have to do this thing again. He finds Bovis. Bovis with a spin motion, finding Nikolikov. It's back to Nikola. Nikola shoots. Almost went in. He scores. Jesper Bovis with a great time read. He got an equalizer. No can do. Jesper Bovis. How do you do that? Now, this rebound from Logan Thompson, this is what definitely made it clear. And Bovis was spinning in there. And then it just straight off the elbow for Thompson. And he just didn't get there. This is really like a hard play for Jesper Bovis to get over this in the ring. And when this goal goes by, you just need to have your own concentration. It's not an easy way to do it for him. Goldrock gets over to Mikola as just after the winning puck drop for Florida Panthers. As Bovis is right around the net. Lucio Rain right toward in the corner as he has to get a Mikola. Here's Goldrock fires it. This one is broken up here. Eller sets it past to Carlson, and now finds Verona. Verona loses the effort, now has it to Lucio Rain. He was Lucio Rain the other way. then Bobet's right to her on the outside of the zone. He's set to Ekblad. Ekblad looks over to get a one up. Miller looks over to Carlson. And he'll have that one back over to Jesper
There we go.
Bobas.
His fourth goal of the game. First goal of the game scored by number 70, Jesper Bobas. Assisted by number 23, Connor Verhage. And by number 77, Nico Mikkola. Time to goal for the Florida Panthers. 6 minutes, 46 seconds in the second period. Jesper Bobas, his first goal of the game, fourth goal of the playoffs. Assisted by Verhage and Mikkola for Florida at 6:46 in the second period of the conference finals.
Verona right in the other way in the Florida territory. Pass is open, Lars for three, saved by Sergei Bobrovsky, and it's good check the other way. Set off to Gustav Forsling. Forsling looks to pass to Rodriguez. Rodriguez sets the pass to Bennett. Bennett shoots, saved by Thompson. He'll back it up, and then reset and give to Alex Ovechkin. Alex looking for one. And this one, knocked him loose. Wilson moves around, save by Sergei Bobrovsky. Sam Bennett goes right the other way. Squeezes in. Here's the shot, clubbed up by Thompson. 11:31 remaining in the second period. As he'll be able to grab another puck drop right. Capitals and the Panthers are all even. 53/40 for the hits. Barkov wins the faceoff. Kulikov again to Reinhold. Set to Mikkola. Mikkola, shots blocked, and it's rebounded by Barkov. Looks like that this needs to be a regroup here. Needs something better. Barkov going for it, and that one misses wide. He just did not have the right timing to get there. Barkov in the corner. Passes over. Reinhold finds Verhage. Shoots, saved by Thompson. Thompson right near the goal post. 11:03 remaining in the second period. A lot of time left in the period. 11:03 remaining. 3-3. Barkov wins again. Mikkola shot blocked by Wilson. Mikkola back to Barkov. It's back to Kulikov. Barkov seen, rolls back out, and here's Tom Wilson. On his way down for the long-range shot, stopped by Bobrovsky. Unbelievable. He would almost have a nut goal for the Capitals, but it stayed out. This one was really like only been like, it's been defeatable. Realizing I was not foreseeing how they were going to get there. That's really like unbelievable. Here's the dish over to Verhage. Broken the stick, he goes down. Fire shot left, saved by Thompson. 10:34 remaining in the second period, nearing the midway mark. Big attackers on a time for 2:31 and 6:28 for the Washington over Florida, and Florida over Washington with the time on attack range. Now to win for the Florida Panthers. You will find Aaron Ekblad. Gakovic tries to get a Forsling. Forsling shot, glove save by Thompson. It's back to Tommy Nozak. Glove save by Thompson. He just holds it up and he just reaches high and he now has to save again. He would be playing it for. Because look at Thompson's really like able to have that one fired in range. He would feel like, yep, I've been practicing for it. I think I got it covered in. Aaron Ekblad finds Gakovic. He finds Forsling. Forsling shoots. Goes off the same knee and rebounded by the Capitals. Now it looks to Protos. And it's back to Nozak. Nozak with the shot chance range saved by Logan Thompson. Past the midway mark in the second period as AJ Greer will have it to Aaron Ekblad. He looks over Forsling. Forsling looks over. The pass over to Gakovic. Gakovic shot saved by Thompson. And he now rolls to Greer. Greer past Aaron Ekblad. He looks to Gakovic. He looks to Forsling. Forsling shoots saved by Thompson. Doesn't know where he went. Puck is available, and now it's McMichael. Give it back. Here, Luke Dubois to Alexei Protas. Forsling gives it back right over to Aaron Ekblad. He now has it again to Tommy Nozak. Nozak past to Forsling and backs to Greer. Greer gets to Gakovic. Nice save by Thompson. Thompson will get it back and now finding the Radish. Capitals will have it the other way. Washington's back in the offensive zone. Here's Verona. Pass in middle. Stick lifted by Schmidt. Schmidt looks over to Barkov. Barkov. Give off to Schmidt. Schmidt with no luck at the goal. Reinhardt again to Walensky's. And here's Verhage. He's swinging around the net for Barkov. Barkov lost that one. Rebounded by Chikwa. Swings it out. Dumps it in the Florida territory. And the Panthers will have it the airway. The Cats are back in over to Alexander Barkov. Barkov fires a range save by Thompson. 8:33 remaining in the second period. Trying to go for two to take the lead, but it wasn't enough. Now as they're ready to get going for another puck drop, it is a 3-3 game. Bennett wins the faceoff. He looks to Kulikov. Kulikov passes to Nikolai. And he doesn't get over to Sam Bennett again. Carlson again to Schroeder. Another hit and offside on Eddie Rogers. Not a win for the Capitals as Dylan Strome has another face-up win. The Kulikov move back to Nikolai, and it's back to Sam Bennett. You're now Sam Bennett, you'll roll around that, and finds Rodriguez. Rodriguez finds Nikolai. Pass to Kulikov, finds Kachuk, rolls down right to her in the range. And it's rebounded by Bradley. Bradley passes Strome. Strome. Throw it away. Try to roll it to Ovechkin, and a shot that's blocked. Try to roll it out. Back to Nikolai. Nikolai. The deep pass to Kachuk. Nikolai. Kachuk. Try to go for 12. Backhander. Off the chest and rebound by Roy. Here's another one to Dow. Nick Dow trying to look for the next goal in. He's now winning for Everly. In the middle, doing a shoot save by Bobrovsky. 7:24 remaining in the second period. Both teams are still even up. Now they'll be ready to get their puck drop in and good to go. And it's still a close on the game. They're all even for three. Roy passes over. Fires! That one is off his teammate, and Duhaney about to reset it off. Alexander Barkov the other way. And he's over to Carter Verhage. Verhage pass over now to Ekblad. He rolls in. Back to Barkov. There's a troublesome with the hit, and there's one that's not making it look good. This is really like they're not pushing it in. It's not secure enough, and you just needed that one to get out of the way. Here's Alexander Barkov trying to race for the puck. And now Mangiapane's got it again to Carlson. Carlson. It's back to Radius. Radius goes down. Aaron Ekblad with the rebound. He's back to Verhage, again to Reinhardt. Reinhardt swings over the Forsling. And here's to Schmidt, again to Lindell. It's back to Eller the other way. Under 6:30 remaining in the second period. He'll carry that one out. Verhage's back the other way. Rolls it in from the zone. Rolls right toward her head. Almost went into the home bench the other way. You know, you wouldn't have to be happier or not. It would almost be like impossible. Bobas. Shoot save by Thompson. And he rolls to Schmidt. One time for Walensky, shot save. Try to pull the rebound. He denies it again. What a great stop by Logan Thompson. Yeah, you feel the energy now? That's when I was really noticing that this could be the only one to take in. Bobrovsky holds that puck in with 5:49 remaining in a second. He just wants to give a dish over, and he didn't have that one in. Now the win for Lindell. Walensky's will have it the other way. Deep the zone to Bobas. Bobas. Fire save by Thompson. Thompson will hold things in with only 5:38 remaining in the second period. And another puck drop as well. Here they are. They're all set in for another puck drop. It is a 3-3 game, Florida and Washington. Now Sandin rolls it in. Knocked him down. And reset again to Portos. Portos pulls it in the other way. Try to push it out from Jabbar. Dubois shot off the face mask. He'll be better by Cruz. Cruz looks over the man. Reset save by Bobrovsky. 5:20 remaining in the second period. They're holding things up to get ready for another puck drop. Now is ready to get their puck drop in. Only 5:20 left. Bennett wins the face-off, and Aaron Ekblad is right there the other way. The deep the zone. Back to Rodriguez. Slows the pause. Good job. Given over. Oh, what a glove snatch by Thompson. How lucky this is. I really need to see this play. I think Thompson got a great snatch. What a great grip. Yep. I knew where it was going. Not by a range for tricky motion. He just got a great snatch. Unbelievable. Now I know how that one would change. It's a big confident feeling for Logan Thompson. Thompson's team still undefeated this one, and they're trying to keep things up. As he's now ready to prepare for a next puck drop, Sam Bennett and Dubois. Bennett brings the face up. He looks at Aaron Ekblad. Kachuk. Kachuk shoots, save by Thompson. Dubois finds again a Protas. 5 minutes remaining in the second period. Protas on the attack. Pulls it in. Glove save by Bobrovsky. Aaron Ekblad moves to forcing, and he has to take Kachuk. Kachuk rolling in right to the wing. Here comes the fast break. Right to the range. He scores! Sam Bennett. Big range as they take the lead 4-3 in Washington. He has 7. Now there is no other way for Samantha Kachuk. He wants to do this one quickly and do the other way. Now that is a big pass when you just show it in, and then right to Sam Bennett, he just makes that great pass over by Logan Thompson. It's unbelievable that you have to do for real. The Panthers surpass the Capitals' tie-break position, and now they have the lead 4-3. Well, they've always been a hunger for danger, and they really are on for the ride, and they wanted to win another one. I think the two-game shutdown might be the Panthers to give it up. And they're going to take it? No, they will not, and they will do. Here they go. It's about that time to get things right into the center ice. Well, the fans can definitely hear for things, and I'm not going to let this one change up. That is not when they're changing the big games. This is the big, crucial fights. It's not an easy way to change it. And he went down. Man. That is the nastiest on the hit. And both teams.
Washington penalty, number 43, 5 minutes for fighting.
No siree. Tom Wilson was really able to have this one knocking over. And he felt like, okay, I'm going to get you now. There's no fight back for danger. So the Capitals are trying to make an answer back to tie this up. As both teams have a 5-minute penalty for fighting.
Penalty on both teams. Florida Panthers and Washington Capitals, number 43, Tom Wilson, and number 5, Aaron Ekblad, for 5-minute fighting. Top-minute penalty for on both teams in the second period, 4 minutes, 46 seconds. That's penalty on both teams. Aaron Ekblad, number 5, and Tom Wilson, on number 43 for both teams. Top-minute penalty in the second period of the conference finals, 4 minutes, 36 seconds for a 5-minute fighting.
Back on ice will be Polinski's. Polinski's pass to Schmidt. Schmidt goes down. Rebound by Nozick. Nozick looks to Polinski's finding Schmidt. Schmidt shoots, glove save by Thompson. 3:55 remaining in the second period. They're ready for another puck drop. Still a lot of time left in the period. They've got to do something quickly for the Florida Panthers and the Caps as they wanted to go for even.
Florida goal, his 7th goal in the playoffs, first goal of the game, scored by number 9, Sam Bennett. As assisted by number 19, Matthew Kachuk, and by number 42, Gustav Forsling. Top of the goal for the Florida Panthers, 15 minutes, 14 seconds in the second period. Sam Bennett, his first goal of the game, 7th in the playoffs, assisted by Kachuk and Forsling for Florida at 15 minutes, 14 seconds in the second period of the conference finals.
Brady looks to Alexander Barkov. Barkov can't get it over it, and rebounded by Roy. Matt Roy. Now the Capitals will have their possession now, finding the Strom. He will send it over down to McMichael. McMichael pass, broken up by Alexander Barkov. Verhege on the rush. Here's the take. Addition, saved by Thompson. It's back to Chikrin, and now this will be Ellen. This has almost been like a dominant effort, and that would be like already made off for real for some reasons, and it looks like that could be just it. They won't change it after me. It's not a big start off for Gustav Forsling and their teammates to keep things from coming back. Edward Rodriguez will send it over to Mikola. As now for Kolikov, he's right there away again to Rodriguez. Rodriguez passes over to Mikola. Mikola, shot for deflection. This one gives it out, and back to Eller. 2:30 remaining in that second period. Rodriguez rolls it back. Bennett trying to rule the Kachuk. He looks to Mikola. Kolikov shot. Save play. Rodriguez with a rebound again to Mikola. Kolikov blocked again. Good shot. Pulls it over to Mikola. And here's Rodriguez. Backhander trying to pull in the direction. Oh, what a save. One more time. Bennett pulls it back. Set up by Thompson. Under siege. And as the teams are ready to get things facing up, you're on for the next face-off. They would never believe that. I mean, Carter Hickey's like really hurt. I don't think he may not be able to return back on ice. Now here's the win. Schmidt will send to Belinsky's. Belinsky's pass to Schmidt. Schmidt looks to Nosek, and only 2 minutes remaining in the second. Here's Brandon Duvamy. Fires it from the corner. Another big save, and that's stopped by Bobrovsky. Under 2 minutes remaining in the second period. 4-3 to score Washington. They're all ready and to prepare for another puck shot in the Florida territory. With the win, here's Schmidt. Schmidt to Belinsky's. That's another big hit angle. And here's Bovis. Bovis driving right turn the net in the range. Big stop by Thompson. 1:44 left in the second period. This will be able to get their another puck drop. Ready to go. I would never count on that. I mean, that would almost be like impossible to score. For 2 more? No. I wouldn't say that. It will be real. So Carter Verhege is in the medical room, and it looks like he will not be able to come back afterwards. We'll hear an update later as soon as possible when we get started for the third period. He's really not really giving everything with a good start. And this is definitely very how bad that is. And I won't say no. He's really already been hurt, and he's definitely having a bad list to take. After that fight initiative from Aaron Ekblad, it's not a big day for him. Bobrovsky will hold things in with only 1:13 remaining. Second period almost winding down to the end, and it's now a 4-3 game. Florida. Now here's the win. Chikrin. Ovechkin. Trying to go for the tie. He will now try to get it over. Kolikov takes it back and now finds Kachuk. We are down to the final minute in the second period as they now find Sam Bennett. He's back on ice.
Just 1 minute remaining in the second period of the conference finals.
As for 5 guys, as for Tom Wilson and for Aaron Ekblad, they almost have time is almost up for them. They will now find Kachuk. Kachuk looks to Bennett. Bennett shoots, saved by Thompson. 45 seconds remaining in the second period. And then after that, we will have our second intermission as we have our next guest coming in approaching. That'll be Wayne Tate, Silver Spoon. Now the win, here's another Tates. Change up for John Carlson. He finds McMichael. McMichael, Forsling, goes right back to Kolikov. Kolikov finds Bennett. Yay, kick down there. And it's finding Matthew Kachuk again to Rodriguez. Here's another one to Sam Bennett. Bennett looks over. Now we'll have to change it to Belinsky's again to Schmidt. Schmidt, back to Rodriguez. If under 4:30, you'll have to remain in the penalty box before the 5 minutes is up. So they have 30 seconds remaining for the 5-minute fighting. And they'll have to do that one to get back on ice to get ready. Schmidt, with a shot stop made here by Logan Thompson. Unbelievable save. And Schmidt teamed with the fire, and that's blocked, and they'll end the second period.
And that will end the second period. Your second intermission score, Florida Panthers 4 and the Washington Capitals 3.
In your life. That'll be the next take in with the third period, and that'll be coming up after the break. Hey Hey folks, welcome to the second intermission as we are getting ready to see how this changes up with the lack of performance. And this time, my next commentary on the third to give a warm welcome for the second intermission is Silver Spoon. This time, we've got some great matchups here, and this has been a balanced chain in the world, showing us for the American in pride. It's a big rival between from the shore and from the east. The capitalization, there was not really the easy concernings about Florida Panthers and the Washington Capitals. They really are so hard to get over into it, just like the Lightning and the Capitals on the other side about the Florida team. Nobody has stand a chance afterwards, and they were really pushing it off so hard to keep it from in. I know, definitely a big change afterward for Logan Thompson and their teammates. It's a close game originally. Here are the standings here after an update after second period is complete. 66 for total shots, 78 for Washington, 948 for Florida time on attack, 90 passive effectiveness for Washington, and both teams are even with 27 face-off wins, 1 5-minute penalty kill for Florida, and the other with 7-minute penalty kill on the other side of it. As we are saying this before, Carter Verhaeghe is unable to make his big game go back on ice, so he is finished up, and he'll have to rest up for our next part of the game to head back to the road trip. Yeah, he's he's unclear with this, and looks like he's not going to be able to make the finishing one touch, because after that hit, there was a 5-minute fighting between Ekblad and Tom Wilson. Yep, it's all they don't see. They don't care for anything. And now let's have your takes in, Son and Beast, about Florida Panthers. How did you think that was going to happen? Well, they did happen. It looks like that big 2-on-1 opportunity happened to be with only one goal up ahead, and they were really been like as the closing dagger on that section. I was not sure how that one was going to make that change in. It's really like, well, it's never going to go anywhere. I'm probably maybe saying this could be the end of it, and it may not be easy enough if they could try to keep on goals range again. So it looks like the Florida may have to do it all to finish the third period. And now for you, Silver Spoon, what about Washington Capitals? Well, the Capitals are really falling down apart. I mean, they really have to just keep on playing it afterward. Nothing I would say is not quite easy enough, but incompletely Rick luck. You know what happens? They just get already on confidence. It's not really the big play what they usually do for. And it's big, hard, and make them rumble down, and it's pretty very tight. This was the biggest effort for the Capitals to shut down on the Florida team. And now let's see who do you think was going to win the second game after the third period. Beast, what's your pick? I think 2-0 might be Florida. I'm going to go with that. How about you, Silver Spoon? I don't know. I'm going to say the Capitals might have to even us up. I think the series could be fun. It's anybody's game. Okay. Well, it is sure true there, Silver Spoon. It's anybody's game that might be playing it for real life and what the gameplay life. Well, let's hope for the best. It will be anybody. And now let's get back in to start the third period. We'll see you all later, everybody, after the game, after the horn, and we'll see who wins this one. Will it be 2-0 or an even series tie for one before heading to Florida Sunrise? Let's send you back to Boomer and the crew back on ice. See you later.
And we are back, ready for the third period at Washington. This is where it comes down to this, and it's the only one left that we're bringing in. Close game in the matchups between Florida and Washington. Let's have your takes to see what happens with the second period recap. What's your take here?
Well, I sure do that they've really been pulling it off very hard. But I did not notice how they were just keeping it up. They were really been whipped it up for some reasons. I mean, it's not for anybody who was concernedly that this one was a real part of the game. I was never seeing that they were doing it before the whole time. And not till anybody gets this thing with the close amount of quarters, it's really like a hard string. Yeah, same thing too. I mean, I know that what was going to happen. Most likely, they wouldn't be very sure what was going on. But all that time being said is, we just got to keep on moving it down. It's not always easy enough, but let's see how well they can do it.
As they're now ready to get their puck drop ready, 90/86 in the grab passing effectiveness is right in the range between Florida and Washington. That'll win here for Florida. He will send it over to Ekblad.
Ekblad will now send it over again to Boves. Here's Boves the other way. He'll find a pass to Lucian. Lost that one is rebounded by Eller. Lars Eller near the bench. Rebound by Nosek. Panthers are back in offense zone as Forsling got a cross. Around the net. He'll try to give it again back to Lucian. Lucian, the pass to Nosek. Tries to give to Schmidt. Schmidt looks to Nosek. Tries to roll to Boves. And now he's right to stuff it in the corner. And he rolls that one pass. Now rolls it over again. Now finds it over to Schmidt. And he gets to Boves. Boves shoots save by Thompson. It's back to chip run. And now with only 18:32 left to remain. 23 left remains. Correction. It's now in the Panthers territory. Schmidt loses that one. Rebounded by Boves. Schmidt sets it across to Nosek. Nosek will give the pass again to Lucian. Lucian stops that one. Trying to look for the rebound again. Looks to Schmidt. Schmidt shoots. Safe play. Pulls it back away and that misses wide. And rebound by Kachuk. Oh, Kachuk really has shown it off. It looks like there was one little bit of a range out of motion. I was never seeing how that one was going to change in. Here's Polinski's. And he went off control, and this one rolls in with a great defense for the Capitals. Verana, give it again to Ovechkin. Ovechkin, good take away here by Polinski's. We'll find Lucian. Lucian, give the Sandman Bennett a shot. Show with a good poke check opportunity, and back to Rasmus Sandin. Well, the folks are really not liking this at all. That almost went so close. And it's one would almost make a 2-extension lead for Florida. But now, Washington is really pulling it back. Now the next faceoff is underway between the Panthers and the Caps. Close game, 4-3. Closing digit win for Sam Bennett as he wins the faceoff and Bennett will swing it out. That one is way too far, and icing will be on Florida. Now as they're pulling in for another puck drop, they are back in for another ripping position. Now Strome wins the face-off, and he wipes him down. Alex Ovechkin shot, quick on rebound. This one is covered up by Borowski. This one's almost been trying to be an almost close call. This big save wouldn't be like that. Now the penalty's going to be on
penalty on Washington. 2 minutes on number 8 for interference.
Yeah, there is a bad problem. Yeah, there is a penalty. Yep. That's pretty very how bad that went. Capitals already penalty kill. Capitals with another penalty kill. They'll get ready for another power play for Panthers. Panthers really had to do all their own. No change would do the same
penalty
thing.
on the Washington Capitals, number 8. 2 minutes on interference on Alex Ovechkin. Top of the penalty in the third period of conference finals, 17 minutes, 3 seconds. That's penalty on Washington Capitals, number 8 on Alex Ovechkin. Top of the penalty in the third period of conference finals, 17 minutes, 3 seconds for a 2-minute interference.
Yeah, I'm sure, dude. I mean, I was pretty happy with him. Everything what he did for him, it's just how it happens. Now, disregression for Aaron Ekblad, as no fans would never disagree on to make a obeying. Oh, Verhaeghe would have just missed that. And now Barkov will have it the other way. You got to be very careful at that. There's not much change that you could do. You got to make sure you have that one at full contact. Duramy right across. Duramy lost that one. It's rebounded by Barkov. Barkov sets it back to Reinhardt. Reinhardt sets it to Kachuk. Kachuk sets it over Aaron Ekblad. But as for now, Reinhardt, he is out of here. It looks like that this will not be the better day for him. Yeah, he's really kind of hurt. I think Carter Verhaeghe was saying that Sam Reinhardt made a little oof when inbounding. And Sam Bennett, he would have noticed that there was a big problem with that. I don't know how is he handling this, but he's really making that one, making a mess on him. Rodriguez sets to Schmidt. Schmidt's shot, tried to go a little for deflection, and it didn't go back in. Now the Capitals will clear that one out. 30 seconds for the Florida power play. Lucian went down. Nosek with the rebound. They're now swinging in the middle. The Rodriguez. 20 seconds remaining. Schmidt trying to roll it again. Nosek shot. Pulls it back. Nice save by Logan Thompson. Tom Wilson. Poked up. Gakovic with the rebound. Right around again to Bennett. Ovechkin's time's almost up. He looks to Gakovic. Trying to cut in motion, and the power play is over. Boves with the shot. Pat save. This one was really given a great strategy. It was nothing but they really torment, but that really made it, that one was helpful. Bobas fires it. What a block shot by Chikron. Stick lifted. Rebound by Bennett. Bennett toward the corner. That's blocked up by Wilson on defense effort. Back to Chikron. He couldn't get back in time. It's now Chikron will have it again to Verona. Verona with the shot. This one. Now it's rebound by Jacob Verona. Rolls that one out. In towards zone. Barkov takes it over. It's back to Gakovic. Gakovic trying to roll it out. In toward Wayne. Barkov with the shot. What a save by Logan Thompson. A fancy move. Now everybody's been showing off that Logan Thompson with a great support. Yeah, I love that Logan Thompson's making a great save. This is so splendid on a one-on-one attack. I just really can't believe that he's done it again. Now it's back to Verhage. He'll send it back to Barkov. Barkov lost his control. Now we'll have him to rebound again to Forsling. Greer sets back to Barkov. Here's a set. Forsling shoots. Save by Thompson. Verhage sets it over by Forsling. Here's another one to Greer. Good stick lift. And he's all alone. Verhage's on the rush. 1-on-1. And it will be a tripping call. That's going to be a penalty shot.
Penalty on Florida. Number 42 for slashing.
They're going to go
be a
for
penalty shot for
Capitals. Just like the last game, you're not going to play successfully. Now
Shooting for the penalty shot for the Capitals, number 22, Brendan Duramy.
If he gets it. And he's off. Will he tie it up? Move around. Save by Bobrovsky. That one stopped short, unable to take the tie. It's a great opportunity for Sergei Bobrovsky to get a good look. Remember the last game as the Golden Knights already had that goal for over Skinner? That was another penalty shot that they already did. I mean, I have no words to tell you, but this really made that one unbeatable to give that one opportunity a great chain. And now for the other way, Sergei denied that one with a shot to tie it up. Barkov can't get it over that time as Mangiapane sets the Nick down. Mikula watching on him. Mikula goes right to the boards. Reinhardt's back on ice. And now Barkov will now send it over. Good thing now is Reinhardt. He is already done. And he's finished up. I don't see any injured players, but they're a little unshooken by themselves. Well, they did. I mean, I don't see anything. Maybe Rodriguez must have got a hit. I don't see him on ice either. Maybe it might be that. Too much guessing to concern of. Dmitry Kolikov will send it over. And as for Lundell, Rodriguez back on ice. Lundell may not be able to return on here as it's now Chikron. Knocked him right to the body. And here's another one. McMichael stumbles down. Rebound by McMichael, and he sets to Kulikov. Now finds Kachuk. Kachuk to Bennett. Now finds it over to Evan Rodriguez. Rodriguez with the backhander on a spin. Save and a catch by Thompson. Thompson's going to hold it in with only 12:26 remaining in the third. Another win. Here's Chikron. Chikron with the pass over to Carlson. And move over to Wilson the other way. It's back over to Bennett. Wilson to Balinskis and now has it to Kachuk. Kachuk pass to Rodriguez. Here's Rodriguez on a tick to Kachuk shot. Big save by Thompson. He really had it all. I mean, changing just a right amount of time. I mean, it was not really easy enough. No concerns, however. Stroll. Good cut in motion to stop that play. And a big stop play by Bobrovsky. Balinski sets to Schmid. Schmid. Change off to Bobas. Bobas fires it. It's blocked up with a slam down. Now finds Chikron. And now he rolls it over to Gakovic. It's back to Bobas. Bobas pass broken up by Wilson. Here's Alex Ovechkin. And a pass. Wilson shoots it. Big save play by Bobrovsky. And he rolls it over. That one is another big dirty escape. That's now Duhaney sets to Wilson. Wilson gets battled out. Barkov trying to watch on him. And he takes that one out. Schmidt rolls it over to Gakovic. And he now will sing it. Send it over to Barkov again. Toward the corner. Again to Forsling. He sets to Barkov. Barkov shot saved by Thompson. and you'll hold it at play with only 11:03 remaining in the third period. And now I do have an update about the only player that went down. It's Aiden Lundell. Thanks, guys. Aiden Lundell is not really looking to return here on ice today, and it's unfortunate for the end of game number 2. He was really unconfident to have it in. Because of Aaron Ekblad, he made this one with the crucial on the fight. That happened with over Tom Wilson to make that one huge hit. No play effort could do, but the only thing that was going to try to keep things out was not the really good sign. I have a lot of a bit of a confident feelings on that, and he was not really happy enough to get back here on ice, and he's been the end of the day to make that one unemployed. It was turning to be like he won't be able to finish up game 2, but he'll be back in game number 3. Thanks, guys. I was always noticing that now. Wood Spoony, we know, Aiden Lundell, you're supposed to speed recovery. That's all it is now. A big sadness and a big frustration. It looks like he won't be able to return it all. Big great shot, glove save by Thompson, and we're nearing the midway mark in the third period. A lot of time left in the third period. Capitals looking to tie this game in the third period. And the win will be strong. Using another set over to Van Riestad and Jacob Verana. Right toward the win. Verana, pass broken up by Aaron Ekblad. He looks to Matthew Tkachuk, trying to spin it across the motion. No slip in the feed, and this one goes back to AJ Degrees. Rainier's Van Riestad. Right over to the center ice. Watch out. That was almost been sending it over into the center ice. That would almost be causing a hurt. Yeah, I thought so. I would say that this would be almost impossible. Dubois sets it over to McMichael. McMichael, right to the wall, rebounded up by Sam Bennett. And it's rebounded by Rodriguez. Rodriguez lets the pass to Nikolai and looks over to Tkachuk. 9:30 left to play in the third period. They give it to Michael Winkler. And another set save made by Thompson. Back to Kulikov, shot blocked. Puck escapes his own, rolls all the way down, and as Bobrovsky will send to Nikolai. That was almost been impossible now. Down knows that. Spinorama with a shot, almost been tipped it in. Djokovic shot, that's blocked up by Chick Run. And trying to get the Bill best. Losing our set. Olinsky shot, glove save by Thompson. 9:01 remaining in the third period as they're ready to kick on to the next puck drop. Everything going all good out there with Spoony? Yeah, I say so. I mean, wow. That one almost went right in front of me, and I felt like, nope, I'm not going here. Well, I say so now. I mean, that was a close call. Big range. Never said that before here, Mike. Indeed so. And you may have already noticed it before. I mean, you gotta say, look out below. I mean, hopefully nobody tries to get over the center ice. I will be alright. Well, the crashing bang happens. It's gonna happen again. I hope so. It won't happen to me anyway. Roy Wilson. Back to Forever on a shot pad save again by Bobrovsky. And you'll have it over to Roy. Roy, pass to Forever, he shoots it, trying to put it back in a wonderful save by Bobrovsky. And that puck rolls all the way back into Caps territory. What a save! He really was scooping it out, and I was never seeing how he was able to give it off, but he can. Barkov back to Valinsky. Valinsky shoots, glove save, almost went tipped in. Wow, that was very close. Up, back the other way it goes. The puck almost went to the net in the Panthers zone, and the puck almost went into goal zone for the Florida, to the Caps territory. That one was very close. Down shots blocked. Hit off his teammate and rebound by Duhemi. Here's Roy. Roy shoots save. Back to Reinhardt. He rolls over to Verhage. Verhage slows down. He'll now swing the pass to Aaron Ekblad. Alexander Barkov right to her in the wing. Barkov passes it over to Forsling. Back to Barkov. He rolls that one out of here. And Mangiapane's got it across the board. Good stop down here for a defense effort by Barkov. And here's a chance with the shot glove save by Thompson. The only play with only 7:17 remaining in the third period. Now the win for the Capitals. Rasmus Sandin to Van Riestad. Ehlers sets it over to Radius. Radius with the cut in motion. That blocked a shot by Aaron Ekblad, and he'll send a deep pass over to Kachuk. Kachuk wanted to make something good with the spin. Tried to go with some tricky moves out there. But that's back to Mikkola. He rolls to Bennett. Bennett pass to Kulikov. Kulikov sets to Ron Hughes and finds Bennett. Bennett shoots save by Thompson. Under 7 minutes remaining in the third period. And they'll be ready to get the reinforcement to get another puck drop. Another win for Ehlers. Here's a set over to Van Riestad. Looks over to Verona. Verona lost that one. Mikkola gets it back. Here's an over to Kachuk. Kachuk shot close. Save again by Thompson. And we passed the 7-minute mark in the third period. There was no overcomplication. I was never seeing that they were doing it on number shots on goal. It can be a little tricky. I mean, I don't know. But I guess we'll have to wait and see about that. Rebound by Gekovic. Just back over to Rasmus Sandin. He rolled that one out. It's Jacob Verana. A pass to Radius. Radius with the shot. Glove save by Bobrovsky. Bobrovsky holding things in with only 6:22 remaining in the third. Overtime on attack increased. 12-19 over 3:55. There's a lot that much thing to be done afterwards. And the win. Here's a set over. And the pass to Carlson. Carlson shoots save by Bobrovsky. Bovis will now set to Mikkola. And he'll give it over again to Kulikov. Kulikov on the attack. Rolls over to Kruzek. Here's set to Gekovic. Shot glove save again by Thompson. And he'll stop that in play with only 6:05 remaining in the third. 4-3's the score. 87 over 58. Shots on goal. Panthers really looking to end this one. And they're still not quite sure if they will be able to win it. Now here's the win. Chick run to Carlson. 6 minutes remaining in the third. Huge hit. And we do have a timeout here as we got a man down. That's going to be Carlson. This is really bad. I mean, I've always seen things. John Carlson, he is in bruise right now. We've got the man down here for the Capitals. That's it. Carlson in the medical room. We'll see about that with the update here for John Carlson. As right now he's in the medical room. Yes, everything has happened already. We've seen one Panther down, Aiden run down, and now the Capitals are turning it over with a big hit, and John Carlson is in the medical room. We'll have to hear about them later. Here's the set over to McMichael, and now set to Protas. Protas with a move around shot, trying to go for a tie game, and it's stopped again by Bobrovsky. And you'll have to wait around here, and this will be icing for the Panthers. 5:35 left to remain in the third period. Still a close game, 4-3. And as we have our next game approaching in, that'll be our next day. We got the rematch for the Dallas Stars against the Oilers. That'll be the next game in, to keeping his eyes on its roll. And then just a few days after that, we'll be ready to head you down for our next game, as we'll have the NBA crossover from the NHL right on the other side to have a doubleheader by the range, as you'll have our first game on the other side of it, as we will start in for the Florida Panthers against the Capitals at Emirates Bank Arena. That'll be after the game of the Western Conference Finals, and this will be right now for the Eastern Conference Finals to have that one in. Actually, the Eastern Conference Finals here for the game 2, as you'll have the other game for game number 3 for the NHL of the Eastern Conference Finals. That'll be our next set to get the range in to keep things from back out. We're about to be seeing things right in the range from the NBA to NHL crossover the other way back here. That'll be our next part of the game. It's only on Senate Beast. Don't miss that out by watching it now, by on the playlist, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel. And the new channel will be all this way for the SOB skating. Never miss a moment with the West videos and more future development for you and the game. As the Capitals wins the face-off, the Chuck sends it out of here, and that'll be short. It'll be an icing of Florida Panthers. Back into the Florida territory will be the Capitals. We're under 5 minutes remaining in the third period, presented by Discover. Forcing pass that play. Will now swing to Kachuk. Kachuk rolls it in, now finds the barbecues. And he sets the Forsling. Ekblad trying to roll it in. A snapshot. What a goal! Matthew Kachuk, a big deflection. Now he gets 12 goals in this playoff game.
Well, I knew that would be like that. You see what Aaron Ekblad did? He just find enough clear range and he just give it over to Matthew Kachuk. Wow, that one was a big snipe and he just had a big deflector in. I never seen like that, ever. But as you already noticed about Matthew Kachuk, he really raced it off with this big tipper. He wants to do this thing again. Man, how do you never know about it?
He'll swing it over, now finds again to Greer. Greer in the middle. Poked it up. Nose it. Shot. Another big save by Thompson. Well, you can see what the reaction happens with. As Aaron Ekblad, he wants to set it over to get a deflection in there. I never seen how
Florida goal, his 12th goal in the playoffs, first goal in the game, scored by number 19, Matthew Kachuk. Also assisted by number 5, Aaron Ekblad. And by number 42, Cruz. Top of the goal for the Florida Panthers, 15 minutes, 40 seconds in the third period. As Matthew Kachuk, his first goal in the game, 12th in the playoffs, assisted by Ekblad and Cruz for Florida at 15 minutes, 40 seconds in the third period of the conference finals.
With the big hit after 8-1 down, it was happened to make a difficult range, and we definitely do have a sad feeling that John Carlson, he has been broken up and he is bruised. He's not really sure how he has been making himself hurt, but the possible angle it is, he's really not looking to return that game to finish things off. So that was how it happened, and I know that everybody's going to be complaining on this. He won't be looking to return it. And that was all that happened. We wish a speedy recovery, and hopefully we'll see it back again.
Penalty on Washington. 2-minute penalty on number 3 for tripping.
He's tripped on Barkov to put a stick on him.
Another penalty kill for the Washington Capitals.
Penalty
This
kill.
will be the next power play for the Florida Panthers. They really are looking up behind, and I never know how that one will change. Now the fans are saying that we just don't like them. This is not a great day to have that finished.
Penalty on the Washington Capitals, number 3. 2 minutes for tripping on Matt Roy. Time penalty in the third period of the conference finals, 3 minutes, 28 seconds. That's penalty on Washington Capitals on number 3, Matt Roy. Time penalty in the third period of the conference finals, 3 minutes, 28 seconds for a 2-minute tripping.
Fired that one out of here. Rebound by Schmidt. And you'll now have it back over to Barkov. Swing it to Kachuk. Back to Forevery. He is to Amy, and now he down. Down, try to roll it in. Racing around the back is Schmidt. Schmidt rolls it over to Kachuk. Kachuk pass to Reinhold. Reinhold. This is again to Barkov. Barkov looks it over, Aiden bench. Shot burns it back in, and he scores. A power play, a goal for Alexander Barkov. Now it's a 3-point lead over to Washington.
Just one more. And if he gets his third, well, they won't say now, he'll get a hat trick. He's really been like the hardest game that he's ever been facing. And he missed it. It was tipped up, and it went right in between the pads, and it just scored. I don't know how that Barkov really got there, but that really is another play-by-play misperception on the pass. That one really took a hit.
When Panthers wins the faceoff, it's back to Kolikov.
I've never seen how that Barkov is really making in there, but that is really making that one hard and steady to have it in. All the time, not for much.
Oh, a big hit. And Tom Wilson is trying to get back up, and here is a slashing. It's going to be Ovechkin.
Penalty on Washington. 2-minute penalty on number 8 for slashing.
Back in the penalty box.
Well, this is what happens with this, and then this slashing. Well, he went. I thought he just did that far, but it looks like he didn't. He went too close, and for some reasons, Alex Ovechkin, he's pissed.
Who had a better night? I will send it over to Wood Spoonie to have a better play.
My folks decide is that Alexander Barkov, he's really like a big and finish things off.
Penalty on Washington Capitals, number 8. 2 minutes for slashing on Alex Ovechkin. Time and penalty in the third period of conference finals, 2 minutes, 25 seconds. That's penalty on Washington Capitals on number 8, Alex Ovechkin. Time and penalty in the third period, 2 minutes, 25 seconds for a 2-minute slashing.
with the hot trick. Nice. JJ Greer finding Ekblad. Ekblad finding Verhage and Bennett. We'll swing it over
Florida
to Greer.
goal. His second goal in the game, 9th goal in the playoffs. Score on the power play, number 16, Alexander Barkov. Well assisted by number 13, Sam Reinhart. And by number 19, Matt Pikachuk. Top of the goal for the Florida Cats power play. 17 minutes, 18 seconds in the third
They're down
period.
the final minute of the third, and we're under 2 minutes remaining in the third. Capitals need to look for a short-handed goal to bring it back down by 3 to 2. Here's a shot. Blocked the shot. Good number save by Bobrovsky. And it's back to Verhage. Verhage looks over to Bovis. Bovis settling it in, not by Verhage. Verhage shoots it, and another save by Thompson. 1:40 remaining in the third period. They'll be able to get another face-off right for Foxtrot. Big attackers going on between 90 over 85. Capitals looking to make his running option to pull it off with the wing, but the Alexander Barkov team are winning it big. Here's Verhage. Barkov for 3! Big save by Thompson. Wilson carries that one out. Now it's rebound by Ekblad. Now he will swing it back to Alexander Barkov. Over across. Rebound by the Capitals. He'll stay out of the zone, only 50 seconds for the Florida power play. And he'll swing it to Kachuk. Kachuk goes down. Rebound by Wilson. Trying to battle for the rebound. And now it's back over to Reinhold. In the middle. Kachuk
Just 1 minute remaining in the third period of the conference finals.
Save made by Thompson. And he looks over again to Barkov, trying to pull it back in. And he'll try to cover it up as Thompson will hold things in with only 50 seconds and only 26 seconds remaining for the power play near the end of regulation. It was not clear that Barkov was trying to get his third goal, but he really would have had to do that. The win. Here's another one. Schmidt fires it. Tries a little deflection. And it's back to Van Reset again to Amy. Sam Bennett takes it back. Rodriguez sets it over to Music. And it's Bennett's right toward the other way. 13 seconds for the power play. Smith with the shot save by Thompson. Ovechkin is almost out of the box, ready to go. Smith, great shoot, glove save by Thompson. And that will end the power play for the Florida. Only under 30 seconds remaining. And they just couldn't able to make that capitalizing to get another power play as they already come up short. Alexander Barkov's goal came up short. And it's not really the easy way to make it in. Well, he all had to do. I mean, it was not really the easy take, but he had to play for. It was not really much timing that they could do it for. Schmidt's team, and with that being said, Schmidt's team is done. They will now finish things up, and it's all over. Florida Panthers takes away with a 2-road win game.
And that is the end of regulation. Your final score for Game 2 of the Conference Finals, Washington Capitals 3 and the Florida Panthers 6.
He makes it the wildest save of the night. It's incredible. Make that one a big chain off. I would never
Thank you all, folks, for coming in for tonight's game for the Stanley Cup Eastern Conference Finals of Game 2 at Washington. Join us for the watch party as a rematch against Florida Panthers in Game 3 at the Emorant Bank Arena. The coverage of the game will start at 8:30 and Sunrise Sport. Thank you all, folks, for coming and get home safely.
Thanks, folks. And for now, Florida Panthers, they escaped their zone, and they are now making their way to game number 3 to take the off day. Let's have a look at the 3-star plays of the game. Bobrovsky was a 63 save this game, and 6.03 on his rebounding percentage to have it all. Then it was the second-star player in the game, Matt Pikachuk, with 1 goal, 2 assists, and 12 hits. He just only made that one to do for double. And the first-star player of the game, Alexander Barkov, which receives it off, and Logan Thompson was 96 saves this game. Just 600 goalie point average. He just stayed on here for all 3 periods. Here's how you do the total statistics. I'm at 102 over 66,
for Florida. That one was 1. And then it was 132 over 88 hits for Washington Capitals. 1334 over 416 for Florida. Then it was 90 over 83 passing effectiveness for Washington. 43 over 41 face-off wins for Washington. And it was 13-minute penalty kill. That was on Washington over 5-minute penalty kill. And 1 power play goal made with 6 minutes and 40 seconds. Well, that should do for now, and I hope you all enjoyed this part of the Eastern Conference. We'll be back again for the doubleheader between the NBA and NHL. You'll be all for anything, the more you know, the faster that we get it done. In the meantime, thank you all for watching, and we'll see you all for the next day of the Western Conference Finals and game number 2. This is Son of Beast and Terry Cruz. Thanks for watching, and so long everyone for as a while as the NHL 25 of the Eastern Conference Finals on EA Sports Style. Have a great night. Bye-bye.
If you don't, somebody will.